Hello, people. Hello, people. How are things? Oh, we need lamp power. Hang on. Lamp power. Okay. We got to get the things that I did at the office today. We'll also update Sokoban. And I was in the middle. So last stream, I sort of said that I didn't want to think about something and stopped. It was this one thing that put me in a bad mood. I think I solved it shortly after that, but I haven't gone and completely like nailed down. I was still investigating the solution off stream. So I did some stuff that just printed info, and I could just take out this debug info and ship it. But I think I maybe want to consider doing a little bit more. So I want to spend a second just like looking at what happens there. If I was writing a desktop GUI application, what framework would I wouldn't use a framework. I would just program my own rendering. Because they're all pretty terrible. I mean, DRM GUI is the closest one to a reasonable framework that you could use, but the problem with DRM GUI is it's not really, it's like, it's made with this mindset of, hey, the DRM GUI's author's job is not to make it look good. And then you, the application developer, are supposed to make it look good. And you can do that, but it's just tremendously better if the person making the widgets also at least makes them look good in one way and then lets you theme them differently, right? But like, it just out of the box, DRM GUI is butt ugly. Shipping the next beta is tight. Yeah. I mean, let's see if we ship the next beta. We could push the button on the beta at any minute. I tested it on the Linux machine yesterday, so all the gains works fine on Linux. That's great. I just want to see if I left anything negligently in the mailbag. That would be bad. I mean, I guess there's no negative. Like I could ship a beta and ship another beta in a couple days with some more of the bugs. There's a lot. So I got grumpy during last stream because on the one hand, I was hyped because I was making so much progress on the compiler internals for the code generation, which is important for the long term of the compiler, right? On the other hand, I was doing that by ignoring the mailbag for a while, and I sort of just knew that there were going to be a bunch of emails in the mailbag, and there was like a lot of them. But on second blush, when I go back and like look, most of them are really minor things and suggestions and like bugs that are just like, oh, this error message isn't that good or whatever, which are, you know, we should improve them, but they're not that bad. They're not blocking issues for the next beta or anything, right? And the main one that was, which is like, oh, break statements are wrong sometimes, I have fixed as far as I know, although apparently we need better test coverage on this as well. But so, whereas I do need to go spend some time on the mailbag, I think it's actually mostly fine. Feel like you've had a hard time dealing with the feeling of getting stuff done, but by doing so, leaving other things undone. That's exactly my life right now. In fact, I have that more than you can imagine because I'm doing that. I just described that happening on the compiler, but there's also 2 frickin' games that I'm working on too. And I'm the bottleneck on all of them. And It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I don't know how to deal with it apart from putting on the sunglasses and dealing with it, you know? If you send mail to the mail alias, I'll consider putting you on the beta, but every time I say that, I get spammed with way too many emails, so that I regret saying it already. Also, I try to put people on who I think just have a high likelihood of being active, right? We don't want to have a lot of people on just to have people on. It's like, let's put people on who are actually, likely to use the language a little bit, likely to use the features and maybe find problems with them or have use cases that other people don't have, which can help us make sure that that the programming language effectively addresses those use cases. Okay, so what I want to think about here, let's look at this. There's one thing that's a little bit scary long-term in the language. This is the only thing that we have that's C++ header file like, and I didn't realize it when I decided how to do the feature. And that is that the number of times a block gets inferred in a for loop nest situation is more than you would think. So in this case, it seems to happen 3 times, and I always forget why. But like, okay, so we compile main. We start compiling main. We do type inference on everything here, I think. Actually, maybe we don't. We do type inference on this block before we do the for expansion or after, but we do it at some point because the user level metaprogram needs to be able to look at these expressions and see what type they are. So you have to do type inference for this, and type inference is the most expensive step in the compiler. Okay, after we do that, or before, either way, then we go substitute this, which is going to put all this in there, and that's got an insert. An insert doesn't copy the types over, it just copies the code, and the reason why is because the meaning of things in here could change when you do the insert, maybe. Although actually, come to think it, if they're backticked, if there's no, actually they can't. So that might be an optimization that we can do because this is a hygienic macro. I don't know. Oh, the insert can certainly have substitutions. Anyway, there's something to think about there. But naively speaking, we do the infer here, we do the infer here, and then we do it here. So it happens 3 times. Now, the thing that's confusing to me when I try to debug this association of like, where does this break loop end up attached, this break loop control end up attaching to, it seems to run 3 times every time it gets inferred, which makes sense because that's when we run it. But I would like to be able to detect, oh, this isn't the real infer that's going to be used for final things. Maybe it doesn't matter right now. Maybe I should just shut up and ship it, but sorry for recommending your friend. He was active for a week and then got swamped and got his 2nd child. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's totally okay, by the way. Like, stuff happens. Like, I'm not, if we add someone to the beta and then they don't end up doing a lot, I don't get grumpy about that. It's just the pre-filter is all, right? Like, we're pre-filtering by people who we think have a high likelihood of doing stuff. But if that guess turns out to be wrong, that's fine, right? Like, there's no requirement to stay in the beta, etc. Okay. So do I want to think about this now or do I want to ship the beta? And the answer is I'm going to be irresponsible and not think about it and just call it fixed and ship the beta. It is fixed empirically, but I should think harder about it. But tonight is not the time for that. Again, I kind of had a headache all day and I need a break. So we're going to do that. We're just going to comment these out, and I'm going to make a note on my to-do list that I should come back and I should see whether there's more to do there to clean it up. So I'm writing that on my paper. Great. Okay. So game still compiles. Game still runs. We'll do a debug test just because there is definitely room for assertions to have snuck in. So if that doesn't work, we'll commit this fix, and then we'll just check the mailbag because I do think there was one or two more things I wanted to fix. So we'll do x64 and LLVM tests. Let me go look in the mailbag. I'm telling someone that their feature request was added for the next beta. Okay. Now I need to find the thing. Okay. So this looks like an easy one. Whoops. We're going to run these LLVM tests and then check in. Bug was reported that if you say compiler report with a warning, it still says error, which doesn't seem right. Whoops. Let's try it. I don't remember the order of things. So we say message and then mode. I see message mode is warning. Warning. All right. It does say error. Oh, right. That's an actual error. Okay, this is a warning. Warning, this is a warning. Really? Was this in beta 44? It is working correctly for me right now. It might have something to do with the particular context in which happening. Oh, wait, hold on. We do have multiple overloads. Oh, no. Okay. Very weird. If it is still happening for you, a repro would be appreciated. All right. So we can't repro that, so we're not going to try to fix it. If he sends us a repro, we can take another crack at it. He said that basically this says error for some reason, but it doesn't look like it. All right. Commit. Yep. Oh, do we have a no check-in? Let's double check. Nope. Okay. Fix, break, continue, binding to the wrong loop sometimes. Okay. Did I put that in the change log? I think I did. Yep. Great. Look at how massive this change log is. It's crazy. Okay. Let's check the mailbag. Program contains circular dependencies. I think he already reported this one and we already fixed it. But maybe this is a variant. Nope. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's just... That's just circular right now. Oh. Because we're defining a type. Okay, this actually should kind of be legal. This doesn't feel super high priority. Let me just look for higher priority things. I mean, a lot of these are requests that are good, but like I want to prioritize fixing things that are like blocking people's progress. Compiler find declaration always returns 0. I'm not sure if that actually does anything anymore. Why isn't it exiting? Oh wait, we print these. And then we do compiler and intercept. But then we don't frickin' exit for some reason. What? I don't understand that. Oh, because the other workspace maybe doesn't finish. But it should. Okay. I mean, that all looks fine. Okay, so why this workspace doesn't frickin' exit is another question, but that's not actually what he asked about. Let's see if compiler find declaration is even a thing. Scope export is going to be the default, so we don't need to do that. Compiler find declaration. Let's just run it. See what happens. No. Okay. So we're looking for the name test struct. What's our 0? Oh, the workspace handle, right? Right. Have I seen Win32 metadata? No, and honestly, I'm not necessarily that interested, although who knows? I don't know what it is. I guess I'll click on that to look at it later. I mean, I'm sure it's completely awful. Because that's just what kind of world we live in. Okay. So that's fine. We get the CNAME test struct. Get from preload scope. Wait, what? I must have deleted the part. Why get... This was just me goofing around. Okay. Find scope entry. That's an identifier, which sucks. Find in block. All right. Okay. So while this scope equals scope arrow parent, auto entry is find in block other interp atom and scope. If entry get final declaration entry r dot pointer equals char star final and break, otherwise scope equals scope dot parent, and there we go. Okay, so we returned things now. Just print it. Whoops. It's almost like I'm programming in C++ sometimes. Wait, what? Are we, okay, there's something with a mutex here going wrong. That print, like, are we, so workspace mutex is supposed to get released. I don't see any other mutexes here. This is very weird. Okay, so I want to know why when we try to print the contents of these, do we hang? And also why when we try to exit, do we hang? So we're just chilling. So let's break. What are my threads? Workspace 2. Workspace 1 is going to be the meta program. Workspace 1 is running? Bytecode. What, pray tell, is it running? Line 80. So it's like probably just trying to print out a massive string for some reason. Why? I don't know. Let's try not printing D1. Like if we're returning information that is evil and bad, I would rather not. Oh dear. Okay, well, if you can't really use these, that's stupid. Root expression is null. Test struct. I mean, that shouldn't really be the case. Oh, guys, okay, I'm a dum-dum. I'm a stupid dum-dum. Right. I am setting the result to the compiler's version, not the exported version. So we're returning some total spam. Okay, that looks better. There we go. Now we're printing declarations. These look all correct. Test struct, test procedure. Okay, good. Now, let's figure out why we don't frickin' exit. It seems like we should exit. Threads. Okay, one of the workspaces has exited. Workspace 2 has not. Which is this one. Does it compile on its own? Yes. So what's it waiting for? What is it waiting for? Like, it looks like all the pipes are clear. Oh, there's one thing. It says it's in pipe none. And then it exited. Okay. This also says it exited. So why are we still running? Changed is false because we didn't do anything. Async actions running 1. What is an atom? It's just an old term that comes from Lisp. It's stupid. It doesn't mean what it used to mean. In Lisp, it used to mean, hey, this thing isn't a list. And everything that wasn't a list was one data type. So like numbers and identifiers and whatever were all atoms, right? Because you couldn't subdivide them. Now, in this code base, it doesn't mean that. It's just a terminology. Oh, okay. We have an async action running. Maybe I just need more accounting to be able to debug this. Yeah, let's do it. I'll actually reply. Okay. Okay. I forgot to put the previous thing in the Here, fixed that. Compiler find declaration only found declarations in the preload, thus it was not useful for most purposes. Okay. Now, how did I know how to build this compiler? Dragon Book learning? No. Dragon Book is terrible. Do not learn from Dragon Book. Dragon Book is awful. It will make you bad at compiler building. I mean, Dragon Book was probably okay for 1986 or whatever, except even not even then. It's kind of an ethical breach that universities all use Dragon Book. And just in college, I made a hobby out of building programming languages, and then afterward just kept going. Came here for Bugsnax. We are doing Bugsnax right now and also licorice snacks. Okay. I do not know what async actions it thinks are active. So we need to figure it out. Oh, actually, there's only one place that does it. Wait, async action is about to start. Okay. But wait. How do these get decremented? Async action is finished. Okay, got it. Okay, we're going to go if debug atomic increment async debug async counter messages. And if, okay. So we're going to on interp okay. And the next one is in message exporter. It's probably this one. Okay. Then, of course, we have to do the opposite. We have to find these places. So here, okay. Atomic decrement and message, no. Oh, message importer. Wait, what, really? Yeah. Async counter messages. Counter export batch. Yeah. Okay, I probably screwed that up, but whatever. Yeah, I actually, for various reasons, I just got the Dragon book out again a couple days ago and looked through it, and oh my God, guys. Stay so far away from that. It is complete nonsense, mostly. Okay, so as we expected, we are not exiting, but when I break, I should be able to ask which variable is non-zero. except I didn't initialize them to 0. Although it kind of looked to me like it was not going to help. Those didn't, one of them was way off. Like I expected to see, I don't know, let's just see what happens. That was not what I expected that to look like, even if I started with uninitialized values. So we'll see. So we are still not exiting. And we go here, we go here. We say see, I don't know why this is 14. It is non-zero, and that is bad. But like, it should actually just be 1. I mean, 14 is like the number of messages, right? Did I increment instead of decrement? Oh. It's the wrong interp, guys. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Okay. Oh, I could have done this down here. Yes. Okay. Debug async counter message is 1. Like, is that just because... Is there something weird about the way they structured this? No, we got the complete message. I mean, oh, I understand. It looks so simple. Why are we missing a message? Are we queuing something after the complete? Is that what's going on? Where even are these? Oh my gosh, so many things. Maybe when our workspace, I I don't know. Let us see. Now that we know which one is going wrong, it's async counter messages, right? One. So we can just do some printfs just to start and see which one doesn't come back, right? All right. Oops. Message arrow type. So loud. Okay. Let me close this. Whoops. Okay. Wait, we're never decrementing. Oh no, I said inker. And I really mean decker. Let's do this. Easier to spot. Okay. 450-450, 840-878, 840-878, 2703-C8, 980-270. Okay, hold on. What's type 3? Is type 3 complete? Okay. So we're just going to go here. Okay. 450-450. 840-878, 840-878. C270, C270, D3C8, D3C8, E9AO, E9AO, 6C30, 6C30, 9058. It actually should be in the same order, so it should be easy. Okay. 2500. So we send out 4 messages like in a burst. So it's basically the last one. We send out 92E8. And that's a compilation phase message. And that never gets responded to. Wait, what? Oh no, we do. We print compilation phase. And then we go back in. Oh, because he frickin' breaks here. Right. So the problem is we don't have a way. This is just a conceptual problem. We don't have a way to say, hey, we handled this message. Normally the way it happens is implicitly with compiler wait for message, but we're breaking out early. So we want to tell it compiler finished message. Finished with message. If you want to break out of the loop, without calling compiler wait for message again. Couldn't compiler end intercept, just finish all the messages. It should, shouldn't it? Yeah, maybe that, I mean, maybe we would want something like this eventually. But you're right, maybe that's not the right. And in fact, I was thinking before that compiler and intercept should handle this. And then for some reason I forgot that because I think I was thinking about it in a slightly different way. Oh, is GameStop going up again? Let's see. Dude, iPhones are so useless. After hours. So it's still down from close, but I guess it's going up relative to where it was. How's AMC doing? Also still down from close, but going up from where it was. Okay, so compiler end intercept. Let's look at what happens when we do compiler wait for message. We just call out to somewhere else, which is sensible in this case. Yeah, let's just, okay, no, it's, yeah. So we're just going to make a separate function for that. Okay. Okay. So we do that. Oh, we still have it open, I guess, because it's still running. All right. Now, and intercept. We want to be pickier. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Still didn't do it. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay. Okay. Whoa. Oh, no, 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 no. This is actually the wrong workspace. I always get confused about these. Okay. Okay. Hey, look at that. Look at that. It exited. It exited. So good. So good to exit. Thanks for the sub. I'm glad you enjoy the games. Glad you enjoy the games. Okay. Build. Let's do tests. Atomic decrement. Oh, that's one of my debug things. If the interp has exited, this is not good. Okay. Oh, actually, right. That's the problem right there. I hope. Any plans on when I will start working on inline assembly? No, that is still pretty far in the future. We will do optimizing code generation before that. Probably. You never know. Sometimes I think I know how things are going to happen, and they happen differently. All right, let's do a LVM just for giggles. Fixed the compiler not exiting if a meta program breaks out of the message loop before the complete message is received. Now compiler and intercept clears any further waiting messages and allows the compiler. Just going to wait for these to go a bit more. Open beta anytime soon. Not too soon. Not too soon. But shipping the next closed beta is going to happen very soon. What was the other thing we fixed? Why don't I just paste these lines? Oh, these, yeah. There we go. Hopefully I don't have a no check-in. I don't. There we go. Next up, the fun part. Beta 45, built on 27 January 2021. 2021. Commit bump version number for a beta. Now I'm going to whip out my laptop for a minute, which you won't be able to see, but I'm going to just do the Linux stuff on there and then check it back in. Okay. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, we're working on it. We work on games sometimes. But right now we are making a compiler for a programming language. Oh. So we seem to have compiled okay. I can check the version number. It is correct. I'm running the tests in x64 mode. In 5 years open beta. Hey, don't rush me, man. All right, so that passed. So now we're running the LLVM backend tests. That has also passed. So now I commit update Linux binary, period. That is good. Maybe I could have angled my laptop so you could see some of that, but I didn't do that. Would have had to like, anyway. Now, can bring it back over here. Maybe the build machine has made us a Windows executable, but maybe not. Oh, it did, but is it recent? It might just take too long to do these. Let's see. Build passing, bumper. No, it's too goddamn slow. Too goddamn slow. We could wait a minute and see if it does it. It's just the build machine, like, I think literally because it checked this in, the build machine, let us say, the build program has some issues. I need to rewrite it. So we can just make our own executable. It's fine. The deal is, like, it checked in an executable for the previous thing that I did after I checked in the other change. And, like, of course, the program can't conceive of that happening. So it doesn't look for the new change, I think. I think that's what's happening. Let's check one last time. We give it one last chance. No. No. It is not. Well, we'll give it one more minute because it did seem to take 3 minutes before. Your new college grad physics graphics programmer working for a top GPU company, but they make you do trivial tasks. You feel like you have plateaued because of it. What should you do? That is a very, very good thing to be concerned about. The problem is, when you're at that young age, it is a very important time for you to keep learning and keep becoming the best that you can be. And many people, perhaps most people, take jobs that cause them to atrophy. Not even, well, you can imagine different levels of not achieving your potential, right? And a lot of jobs are just really far. So just go to them and say, hey guys, I need to do something more interesting or I'm going to leave, right? And either they'll be able to accommodate you or they can't. If they can't, really just leave. It's too important. I know that that might be scary to do, but don't underestimate how important it is. Do we use some managed service? No, we have a co-located server. So we run the server. It's just in a data center. They do, you know, DDoS protection and whatever, but we run the actual server. All right, I was going to give this one last minute. I don't think it's going to be there. Yeah, it never is. I've got to rewrite that shit. Okay, so really I can go build x64 release. And then boom. Okay. You might also start looking at opportunities for improving things outside your official assigned scope of work. That can happen. The problem is just if you're expected to do certain specific things and those things take time, there is a drag from that. There's only so much you could do. That also said, Einstein frickin' worked in a patent office, so I don't know, man. I just think it's very important to not do that. All right. Okay, I am now going to send the beta to the people. I'll turn my screen off for a bit while I do that so I don't dox anybody. Okay. I will say, dear beta people, new compiler beta. As you can see, this beta contains many changes. These changes could be disruptive and introduce new bugs. There are also some fixes, though, but fewer than in a usual beta. If you are happy with your current beta and aren't blocked by bugs, you might want to hang back a few days and let other people try this one first. Who knows? And then I will paste in the beta 0.0.45. Bam. Bam. And then I'll paste in the link to the file, which is already finished uploading. And the beta is now shipped, everybody. There's still lots of stuff in the mailbag that I can address, but the beta shipped. Congratulations, me. Unless I screwed it up and then a million people complain. Yep. Okay. I was just double checking the email that I sent out. Seems fine. This is an exciting beta. I worked my ass off on this beta. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Hopefully people are happy with it. We'll see. A lot of this work, like if you're using the LLVM backend, a lot of this work will only affect tangentially. Like a lot of this is like working toward it being a more serious optimizing compiler. But that's okay. The gains are impressive. And we're not done. We actually have a couple more gains. The Weissman scoreboard is going to come back at some point soon. It's just I needed to like do some mailbag stuff and ship this beta. Or I felt like that would be a good play. All right, everyone, this has been a short stream, but I think I'm going to get off and like go to bed or something because like I do have a headache and a weird like neck situation, but I wanted to get on. I wanted to ship the beta. I wanted to show people some good stuff. I think next, I already picked some stuff for beta 46. These things aren't actually done, but I'm going to go through and just clean up a few of the files. We might do that tomorrow on stream. Then maybe we'll do more gains. Maybe we'll do more Bugsnax. It's hard to say. Still curious about the import basic dead code elimination situation. Oh, I did look into that. It turns out that there were some constructs where if you did them, it would cause code to be live that shouldn't be. I got rid of most of that. There's still a little bit of it though. So there's still a little bit more code not recognized as dead code than should be, but most of basic now, I could show you. I think it was this, I think it was this, no. Oh yeah, it is, okay. So also, I changed the default. I'm going to turn this off because I changed the default behavior. There's an enum now that lets you select what kind of code, dead code elimination. And the enum defaults to dead code elimination on modules, but not your main program. And the reason for that is so that if you're just typing regular functions and stuff, that they get fully type checked, even if they're not being called, right? Okay, so this was our thing. And so the idea was, are we still printing Weissman score? So if I make sure the debug compiler is up to date, no, it's going to take a second. That's probably just the version number. But, all right. Okay, done. Great. Okay, so it's 625 without basic being imported. With basic being imported, it is going to be higher, which it shouldn't be, but it'll be like 9 something instead of 4,000 like it was. Yeah, 913. If I do it with no dead code elimination, it's like 6,000. So you can see we still have a little bit. I still need to look into that and figure out what it is, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. Maybe there should be a ship it emote. There should be. Someday when I'm kind of bored on stream, remind me of that. Dead code elimination happens before type checking. Yes. Yes, you want that because type checking is expensive. What % of my working time is spent on the compiler over the last few months? The vast majority of it. It's really, I need to toggle off onto the games a little bit more. But it has been very rewarding time. Actually, okay. So to be very specific, though, if you have a procedure or something, the header, the procedure signature, always gets type checked. That's partially how you know what it is, and how you do overload resolution if you have multiple things called factorial. So this always gets type inferred, but that doesn't really have any executable code attached to it, right? The body of it doesn't get type checked unless it becomes live. You've been on a chirophysio plan after many years of desk work. Yeah, I mean, physical therapists never really worked for me. There was one who was pretty good, but I always had to solve my own problems, weirdly. How complicated is dead code elimination in general? In this compiler, it is pretty simple. In other compilers, it may not be so simple. It's just the way that this whole compiler is built. It already pretty much does everything we need for dead code elimination anyway. So we just do it. All right, everyone, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for coming by. We're not going to raid tonight. We're just going to go to bed quietly. Thanks for coming by the stream, and I'll see you guys later.